At first, they seem toxic. There's gossip, passive aggression, political tension. It feels like the kind of friendship that's built on habit, not heart. But then comes the final dinner, the honesty, the friction. That's when you realize that maybe that friendship is not toxic at all. Maybe it's just real. The White Lotus Season 3 gives us a group of women who aren't soft or performative about their love. They interrupt each other, they hold back, they confront. But underneath the tension, there is something more powerful than perfection. History, realism, and the kind of loyalty that doesn't always sound like support, but often is. One moment does not tell the whole story. When we see Jaclyn, Laurie, and Kate together, we assume we know what we're looking at. A group of rich, entitled, emotionally stunted women who don't actually like each other. And it's tempting to label them that way. Because when we witness only one part of the dynamic, especially the messy one, we fill in the blanks. This is a psychological bias called fundamental attribution error, where we judge others' behaviors as fixed traits rather than responses to context. We do this all the time. A friend vents about another friend. We assume that person is toxic. We see a couple fight. We assume the relationship is bad. One comment, one moment, one side, and the narrative is sealed. But the White Lotus reminds us that people are more complicated than the version we see in a snapshot. These women are messy, conflicted, but also bonded, reflective, and strangely protective of each other. And criticism does not mean cruelty. Because one of the most misunderstood parts of female friendships is conflict. We are taught to see confrontation between women as cattiness, to interpret criticism as cruel, but sometimes what looks like aggression is actually intimacy. The final dinner is a turning point. When Laurie confronts Kate about her political beliefs, it's not judgment, it's a plea for honesty. And when Kate finally answers, the tension doesn't break, but the performance does. What we're seeing here is not dysfunction, it's emotional friction, a type of closeness that's rooted in reality, not approval. Psychologists call this relational dialectics, the tension between autonomy and connection that exists in all close relationships. The healthiest friendships are not conflict-free. They are the ones that withstand the discomfort of difference and keep showing up anyway. And this does beg the question, do they love each other or do they just romanticize the past that they have together? Here's the thing, this group might not be emotionally healthy, but they are emotionally real. They don't pretend to be the same people that they were when they met, but they hold on to that friendship anyway. And maybe that's not love, maybe it's nostalgia, but real love is growing with someone else. It's not remaining the same and expecting the feeling to not change at all. Research in relationship psychology shows that historical sentimentality can keep us attached to connections that no longer serve us because we confuse length with depth. But nostalgia isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it serves as a protective force, anchoring us to people who once shaped us even when we have changed. And yes, sometimes that attachment holds us back, but other times it becomes the quiet glue that reminds us, you knew me when I didn't know myself, and maybe that still counts for something. And this friendship can teach us a lot about modern friendships. The message of this group isn't that conflict is good and that gossip is okay. It's that friendship is not only one thing. It's not always empowering or validating. Sometimes it's conflicting, challenging. Sometimes it's being close to people who don't vote like you, live like you, or speak like you. But what matters, especially now, is the ability to hold that tension with care. The White Lotus does not give us perfect women. It gives us complicated ones who love, disagree, and evolve in no particular order. And that's the point. We've all been part of a group like this. One where we feel close but not always seen. Where we love someone but we outgrew the person we once were with them. And still we stay, not because it's perfect, but because there is something in the history that we don't want to lose, whether that is ourselves, the other person, or the dynamic that exists between the two. Some people might call it love, and some people might call it holding on. And deep down, is there really a difference? Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!